All right, y'all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I got a lot more hair on my head, as you can see, and some life in my bones. This video is gonna be pretty serious, y'all. I have a lot of really fun content I wanna produce for y'all. I have a lot of good ideas. Diet with food, bro. I'm super hyped to be back. We took the time, we got calibrated. I put down everything I wanted to say. I said it later in this video. So this is what happened since the show. And I'm super hyped to be back on YouTube. Gonna be back on my grind. As for this video right here, we're gonna be getting a little deep, a little serious, you know, talking about some real stuff that I went through, what I've experienced, how I can help, you know, you guys, how I can provide that value of if you're going through a similar thing, or, you know, maybe just learn for something you may experience in the future. Thank you for your support, and yeah. So my headspace post-show was incredibly blessed. I felt so grateful for everything that God had delivered me through over the last month and a half, that real hard part of prep where you really feel it and you really experience your body starting to fail. I just felt so delivered from. I honestly even got frustrated when people would congratulate me because I fully saw it as God's deliverance in my life, as His basically protection over me, and I didn't see it as something of my doing. I think that the headspace started to shift like 2 weeks post-show, because during prep there were so many hard days that if I had to think about harder or equally hard days after the show, I just mentally wouldn't have been able to get through it. So I think a lot of prep I just put off the post-show and just thought, you know, I'm gonna deal with that when I deal with that. And then when the time actually came, I wasn't mentally prepared for it. And I think that's kind of where the problems started to arise. I had fallen back into a place where I was trying to take care of everything on my own, all of my responsibilities, stresses, everything that I had put off for so long, being on prep, only focused on this one day, this one goal, this one thing. I certainly put off the mental preparation for how the post-show would affect me, you know? I believed all these videos, all these things that talk about post-show, like, it's not gonna affect me, right? And then I found myself in a place where it did. Instead of me trusting in God and just putting all my energy and my focus towards Him, I was trying to just take care of it all on my own. And I think this is when the problems with eating really started to arise. Those first 2 weeks, all I cared about was eating eggs, ground beef, you know, like healthy food. Maybe I'd eat a couple rice cakes here and there, but genuinely, you live for so long on prep, like in an unhealthy state, all you desire is healthy food. And I think when I started getting really stressed and I started trying to take care of it all on my own, I looked towards food to be like that comfort for me, because, oh, I'm off prep so I can, became something that like really started to fuck me up. Instead of eating for health and for nutrients, I started eating for pleasure. So I would try and fit junk food into my program. I started taking my calories that my coach gave me for my reverse, and I started saying, all right, how can I fit in a halo top? How can I fit in a burger bun and frozen French fries? And basically I was trying to fit junk food in where I could. And what happened was all of my effort and all of my intention with cardio, training, diet throughout the day was solely like focused on how much junk I could fit in, you know? And then when I would go over my calories, then it would like fuck me up mentally. And the next day I would eat less fat and eat less calories and do more cardio. And then at nighttime I'd be like, oh, well, look, I only ate 1,100 calories today and 20 grams of fat, so it's totally fine if I go eat Five Guys, right? This created like an unhealthy cycle where I was crashing myself, crashing my natural fat, my calorie intake overall, overexerting myself, all to look decent while still being very comfortable with food and like looking towards food as a comfort. This is super hard for me to talk about. I don't want to talk about this, right? But I know this is super common, and this is something that me conveying to you and my process through this, I hope can help people. I spent so many long winter days on prep just thinking about, bro, I want an empty stomach, I want to feel satiated, and I want to just lay out in the park. I'd be trying to just enjoy life, but my brain was like nonstop telling me about, yo, bro, like food, this, that, cookies, brownie, you can go to this bakery, they have gluten-free. And all of these lead downstream because I was crushing the vital micro and macronutrients I needed to be eating so that I could eat junk food. And for me more so was because I wasn't focused on God. I wasn't trusting Him. I was trying to look a certain way all on my own. I was trying to eat food that's gonna make me happy all on my own instead of trusting in Him. Pretty much what I did is I went and talked to my coach. I told him, I was like, yo, this has never happened to me. I've never done this, but it's been happening and it's freaking me out. And he wrote me a new meal plan. With following that plan, physically I started to feel so much better, and a realization set in that it didn't matter what food I ate. It didn't matter what snacks I had. It wasn't about how much volume I could fit in. It wasn't about any of that. It was about me trusting in God, recentering my focus on Him that was gonna make me feel nourished. It was about me trusting God that He's gonna restore my hormones. It was about me trusting God that He's going to make me feel satiated and feel at peace with food and not have to be anxious about it. Because the same God that delivered me through 5 hard months of dieting is the same God that's gonna restore me my health, my hormones, and all of that. And yeah, the food shifted to things that are more micronutrient dense, higher quality whole foods, grass-fed, pasture-raised, this, that. But ultimately, those foods aren't gonna dictate whether or not you binge. Those foods aren't gonna dictate whether or not you have a healthy relationship with food, you feel anxiety, or you can't make the noise go away. Ultimately, I had to recenter my focus on God. That's like the number one thing. If you're struggling with food, yes, changing up what you choose to eat will help, but ultimately, I wouldn't have been able to lose that 17 pounds I lost since then if it wasn't for centering my focus on God, putting my trust in Him, and allowing Him to guide me through that time. I think that in life, when you ask for God's will, when you ask for His plan to be lived out, it looks kind of like a parent and a child walking on the sidewalk, right? If the path laid out for you is like this, and you say, God, I trust you, I know that you will guide me, but He's not necessarily gonna say, okay, Austin, wake up at 6:15, brush your teeth, wash your face, then do this, then do this. He's not gonna set out that plan, right? The Bible says, work until the day I come. So you start going down your path and you're doing good, right? And then your focus gets a little bit shifted and you start going over here. Now you're off the path. Now, like a father to a child, He's gonna grab your shoulder and be like, hey buddy, come on, back on the path, right? And then you keep going. And then you start going off a little bit, and He's gonna gently grab your shoulder and be like, hey buddy, come back on the path. So that's kind of how I view a lot of prep, and a lot of the post-show was me working and trying to make the right decisions, and then those small adjustments throughout your life. If on a short time scale it looks like this with God's correction, you time span it out over your whole life, and it's just a straight line straight to Him. Man, that shit gives you so much peace in your heart when you're like, God, I don't understand this world. I don't even understand my body, my flesh, but you got me. It gives you so much peace because you don't have to worry about the small stuff. It's gonna work itself out. Just trust in Him.